Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now. Hold on to your hats, Bills Mafia, because recent reports and insider whispers suggest there's a major shakeup brewing that could reshape the AFC East landscape and give the Bills an even more formidable shot at Super Bowl glory. The buzz centers around a potential blockbuster trade that's been quietly discussed between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Bills, involving none other than Antoine Winfield Jr., one of the league's most versatile and impactful safeties today. It's a move that could have ripple effects across the NFC South, but more importantly, it could give the Bills an elite upgrade in their secondary, something they've been craving since losing Poyer to injury and aging out of their safety core. From what insiders are saying, the Buccaneers are looking to rebuild and are contemplating trading Winfield Jr. in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Bucs, sitting at a 1-1 record but with a leaky secondary that's giving up around 28 points per game, see this as an opportunity to free up cap space, about $15 million, so they can focus on rebuilding their front seven. Their priority right now is to make sure they're set up for the long term, especially with the offseason coming up where they'll be prioritizing extensions for key players like Mike Evans and rebuilding the overall roster. Trading Winfield Jr., a player with a cap hit of approximately $15 million, makes strategic sense for Tampa, especially considering they're allowing too many aerial yards and need to shore up their defense against the pass. For the Bills, this isn't just about patching a hole. It's about elevating their entire secondary to a new level of elite play. Winfield Jr. is a player who has proved time and time again that he's a game changer, a true all-pro caliber safety who can do it all. His profile is impressive. By week 2 of this season, he already racked up 5 tackles and an interception against the Saints. Over his career, he's accumulated around 250 tackles, 8 interceptions, and an impressive 88. 2 grade from PFF. His versatility is what sets him apart. Able to cover tight ends, line up in the box, or patrol deep zones, he's a Swiss Army knife for any defense. The Bills' secondary has struggled with injuries and consistency, especially after losing Poyer to injury and aging out of his prime. Adding Winfield Jr. would provide an immediate boost, improving coverage, reducing explosive plays allowed, and giving the coaching staff a reliable, versatile safety who can read the game post-injury and elevate the entire back end. Looking at his recent performance, Winfield Jr. is trending upward. He's an elite player entering his prime, with a projected stat line of around 5 interceptions for the upcoming season, and his run-stopping ability remains solid, about 15% tackle efficiency. His zone coverage grade this year sits at about 84-0, and considering he's only minimally affected by injuries, he's a player who can be relied upon heavily. His style of play draws comparisons to legends like Ed Reed, especially in his ability to read the quarterback and make game-changing plays. The Bills, known for their aggressive secondary and innovative coverage schemes, could deploy Winfield Jr. in multiple roles, covering slot receivers, helping in run support, and providing that extra layer of security over the top. His addition could give Buffalo a plus 50% boost in coverage, drastically decreasing opposing offenses, YAC, and forcing more turnovers. His projected 5 interceptions this season, combined with his ability to create turnovers and disrupt rhythm, could be the X factor that turns the Bills' defense into one of the league's most feared units. Now, why would Tampa agree to such a trade? Well, the Bucs' cap situation and their current rebuilding phase make trading Winfield Jr. a strategic move. They're sitting with a $15 million cap hit and are prioritizing rebuilding their roster, especially their secondary and front seven. Their record of 1-1, allowing 3 aerial touchdowns in their last game, highlights their need to make adjustments. Liberating Winfield Jr. would also help them clear roster space and focus on developing their younger players and free agents. For the Bills, this move makes perfect sense given their current cap situation, around $25 million in available space. and their urgent need to fill the safety position after Poyer's injury and subsequent decline. The impact for the Bills would be significant. Defensively, adding Winfield Jr. would cut down on the ground game, improving run defense efficiency by around 15%. It would also bump their interception rate to over 1-2 picks per game, a key metric when trying to generate turnovers and shorten opponents' drives. When you look at the stats comparison, Winfield Jr. will be facing off against his current teammates in practice and upcoming opponents. His numbers against them showing a plus 15 tackle difference and an EPA, expected points added, of minus 0.32, indicating a more aggressive and efficient secondary. His ability to read plays and anticipate routes would give the Bills a slight edge against mobile quarterbacks and explosive offenses, especially in big moments. Diggs and the Bills' offensive firepower would get a boost, too. A stronger secondary means fewer big plays allowed, which translates into more time for Josh Allen to operate and for the offense to sustain drives. Defensive improvements could also help the Bills in high-stakes matchups, especially against teams like the Jets, where their run defense and coverage struggles have been evident. Winfield Jr.'s ability to perform in clutch moments, combined with his history of making plays in late-game situations, makes him an ideal fit for Buffalo's championship aspirations. His potential contribution to the team's Super Bowl odds could be substantial, currently at around plus 1,200, but if he joins, some betting sites might bump that number closer to plus 800, especially if his presence helps tighten the secondary against run-heavy teams like the Titans and improve their coverage efficiency against top-tier offenses. Looking ahead, this move could be the pivot point that pushes the Bills from a good team to a true contender. With Winfield Jr. in the fold, Buffalo's defense would become more dynamic and adaptable, capable of shutting down both the run and the pass more effectively. The combination of his coverage skills, his football IQ, and his ability to make game-changing plays could be the missing piece that finally gets the Bills over the hump and into the Super Bowl conversation once again. It's a bold move, and one that could redefine their season, especially if they can secure him before the trade deadline. Of course, there are questions and hurdles. Will Tampa be willing to part with Winfield Jr.? Can the Bills make the numbers work under the salary cap? And how quickly could he integrate into their defensive schemes? Those are questions only time will answer. But for now, the buzz is real, and fans should stay tuned because this potential trade, if it materializes, could be one of the most impactful of the season. The Bills are always looking to improve and push towards that ultimate goal. Another Super Bowl ring, and bringing in a player like Winfield Jr. might just be the move that puts them over the top. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Winfield Jr. is the missing piece? Would you trade a third-round pick in 2026 for a player of his caliber? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news.